Shalom. Call Haloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash Shanya Kabad Gadwala Rakwab Zakwanyam Nawa Wa Shalayakim Nawa. And that's double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Shalom Waparakim Labakaryam Shalayasharala. And that's peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. Just really quickly, I wanted to go over this article. It says women hospitalized after all-you-can-eat sushi binge. So this is nothing deep, but one of those things, I'll just use that word, concerning the scriptures that benefit our actual physical lives and obviously even spiritual, of course. What you put in your body is a reflection upon how you act, how you think, your memory, your energy, and so on and so forth. And most definitely your connection with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But as it relates to a physical level, I just want to go over this article. We need to always have a careful take of our diet, and especially as it relates to overindulgence. The body, or the scriptures talk about having a healthy body, and Lord willing, we're going to grab a few of those precepts and maybe get into a few different definitions. So without further ado, I'm probably going to start at the top and then maybe jump around just to hit some points, and then we'll grab some scriptures. I pray that this video is edifying to the elect. It says, a woman dining at a sushi restaurant took the words all you can eat just a little bit too seriously and ended up in hospital after consuming over 32 rolls during her meal. Overindulgence. And all these all-you-can-eat restaurants, honestly, I'm not going to call them wicked or evil, whatever, but at the end of the day, you got to watch your quantity. There's no need to be eating until you can't eat anymore and your stomach is hurting, you can't breathe, now you're in pain. That's not a part of our heritage. That's not a part of our custom. That's not what we do. And also when it comes to sushi, if you're a sushi eater, obviously you need to be, well, first of all, the fish should be cooked. Fish needs to be cooked. Secondly, it needs to be lawful. And that's all I'm going to say on that. I like sushi, but, the kind of sushi that I eat like the little vegetarian rolls, I don't know, what are they called? Like, you got cucumber rolls and things like that. You got cucumbers and maybe it has, like guacamole in it, certain things like that. But watch what you're eating if you're one of those sushi lovers out there. It says, TikToker Danielle Shat went viral after sharing a video of herself in a hospital bed with IVs in her arms as a result of experiencing stomach pains from her feast. I'm going to jump down now. It says, overall, as captured in a previous TikTok by Shap, she ate miso soup, 4 gyozas, 2 jalapeno poppers, before helping herself to 8 green dragon rolls, 8 snow rolls, 8 California rolls, 8 wakame rolls, along with a serving of edamame, That's how it's pronounced. It says now that's a feast, but truly that's overindulgence. Since sharing her sushi shenanigans, her video goes viral, blah, blah, blah. We're going to keep jumping down now just so we can hit a main point. So she liked her feast, whatever. Over the course of the 2-hour-long dinner, god dang. Man, I would have just got tired of eating after that. Over the course of the 2-hour-long dinner, the pair had to keep taking breaks due to the fact that they were both stuffed. All right, I will say that's wicked. At this point, that's ridiculous. It says, immediately after dinner, we were so full, we had to sit in my car for about 30 minutes before driving home. My stomach felt very firm from all the sushi. From all the sushi and probably the rice that expanded in my stomach. But after trying to sleep off the stomach ache, now here's the point. Now keep these little small details in mind once we go to the scriptures. It says, but after trying to sleep off the stomach ache, Shap abruptly woke up at 6 a.m. and knew something was wrong. Duh. My stomach, she says, and chest had intense pain, and it was hard to take deep breaths. And consequently, Shap was driven to the hospital by her boyfriend and grandmother, where she was diagnosed with acid reflux and received medication to help with the pain. Acid reflux is a burning feeling in the chest caused by stomach acid traveling up towards the throat, according to the NHS, and causes other symptoms such as a cough or hiccups that keep coming back, a hoarse voice, bad breathing, bloating, and feeling sick. They may even claim that you have C19 after it. But that's the point right there. Overindulgence. She was obviously, being retarded and eating that much, sitting there at the restaurant for over 2 hours, taking breaks in between. Just stupid, just silly. Honestly, it's nonsense, but people are simple, and our people are simple. And I'm not saying that to clown anybody, because I was one of these people, believe it or not. I can eat a lot, even right now. I work out constantly, almost every day. And I can eat a lot. But back in the world, when, of course, things were moving a little bit different for me, and I didn't know these scriptures, I had no clue about the truth of the Bible, knew nothing about Ecclesiasticus or the Apocrypha in general, then of course I was definitely amongst that number that was just eating, trying to get big and put on as much muscle as possible, blah, blah, blah. But of course, you come into this ministry, you understand how we should be taking care of our body. And of course, that goes into the actual quantity that we eat. And of course, learning the laws behind foods that are actually animals, I'll say, that are clean unto us. Because we can't just call anything food. If it's unclean, it's not food. It's just an unclean animal. But a clean animal is food. Just wanted to state that difference right there. Without further ado, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach 31, verse 20. It says, "A sound sleep cometh of moderate eating." And that's exactly why the Lord's Prayer says, "Give us this day our daily bread." Nathan lanawa lacham kal yomam. Give us this day our daily bread. And it's moderate eating. You don't need to be stuffed. You don't need to eat until you're super full. Now, I'm not saying don't get a nice helping. If you got a nice helping, eat up. Eat your food, feel good. But you don't need to eat until you're sitting back, taking deep breaths because you can't breathe, and now all of a sudden you're sick. We're coming into the days in which there's going to be a famine, like an actual physical famine the Bible talks about in the end days. You should be fasting anyway. It says, "Sound sleep cometh of moderate eating, and fasting according to your spirit." I'll finish up by saying that. It says, "He riseth early, and his wits are with him," meaning you're in the right mind. You woke up, you feel good. Because remember, when you're sleeping at night, your body is literally going through a physical fast. 6 to 8 hours of not eating. Your body is, it's recouping. Your body is basically trying to gain new energy. It's trying to stay healthy, trying to keep you alive. That's what's happening, basically. But when you wake up after a good night's sleep, it's because first of all, you didn't eat too late. You didn't have anything heavy before you went to bed, and you didn't overeat. Now you woke up, you're feeling good, you have energy, you're in your right mind, and you're ready to be productive. So his wits are with him, but the pain of watching and choler and pangs of the belly are with an unsatiable man. And I'm pretty sure that word unsatiable, or maybe unsatiable, just goes into someone who overindulges in something. Maybe we'll look it up later. But what I want to do is look up that word choler which is what I have queued up over here, actually. So first I looked it up just right on Google, and it says one of the 4 bodily humors identified with bile and believed to be associated with a peevish or irascible temperament. Now, a lot of big or maybe even just different words here that we probably haven't seen before. Humors, bile, peevish, irascible. So I actually went over to the online etymology, and it kind of said the same thing, but I just kept digging into it, right? So choler, and it just says bile. That's what choler is. Choler is bile. So now we look up bile. What is bile? Bile is a yellow, bitter liquid secreted by the liver that aids in digestion. That's what it is. Bile is a liquid that's secreted by the liver that aids in digestion. And just because I looked up that word humor as well, not like laughter humor, but it says fluid or juice of an animal or plant. And then down here it says body fluid. So humor right here just means body fluid. That's it. And then bile is describing the exact type of humor that aids in digestion. That's what bile is. It's a bitter liquid secreted by the liver that aids in digestion. And choler and bile are basically the same thing. Bile as one of the humors, right? As one of the humors, in which that was just liquid, bodily liquid. An excess of which was supposed in old medicine to cause irascibility or temper. Now, I already looked up the word irascibility, and all it means is anger. Causes anger. So choler is basically that liquid that secretes from the liver that aids in digestion. Now, it can get to a point in which it causes irascibility or anger or temper. Now, why is that? It's because of overindulgence. Now, I just have a picture up just because I was curious. Like I said, just kept digging. And you see that where the stomach is. The stomach is right here. And the liver is right there to the left. Technically, the right of the body. But this is part of your belly. And I'm using the word belly on purpose because of what the scriptures say. We'll read it again. Sirach 31:20. Sound sleep cometh of moderate eating. He riseth early, and his wits are with him. But the pain of watching, and choler, and pangs of the belly are with an unsatiable man. So choler, the pangs of the belly, it kind of sounds like acid reflux to me. Kind of sounds like acid reflux to me. And back in the article right here, got it highlighted. Acid reflux is a burning feeling in the chest caused by stomach, or did I say belly earlier? Stomach, rather. Acid reflux is a burning feeling in the chest caused by stomach acid traveling up towards the throat. Stomach acid traveling up towards the throat. Could have been that choler. Could have been that bile. That yellow, bitter liquid secreting from the liver, maybe. But this is what happens when you overindulge. And then you see the symptoms: cough, hiccups, hoarse voice, bad breath. Bad breath. Bloating, and then, of course, feeling sick, feeling nauseous, probably. That's why it's very important to obviously follow the dietary laws in the book of Leviticus and Deuteronomy. It tells us exactly what are clean animals and what aren't, so that we know what actually is qualified as food. And then we also need to make sure that we're not overindulging. Oh, I did say we look up that word. Let me see. Unsatiable. Satiable. S-A-T. Let's see if that's how it's spelled. The server stopped responding. Yay. Let's go to this site, this link, see if it opens up anything. If not, it's all good. Not sure what's going on. There we go. Unsatiable, insatiable. Okay. It says of an appetite or desire impossible to satisfy. So you're overindulging. You just can't be satisfied, continuing to eat and eat and eat. Of a person having an insatiable appetite or desire for something, especially sex. Right here, we're referring to your appetite, your desire to obviously eat. Impossible to satisfy. And choler and pangs of the belly are with an unsatiable man, someone who just can't be satisfied. And that was that Edomite chick. Oh, yeah. Let's check her out. Let me see.
What I ate at all-you-can-eat sushi. Jizo. For pieces. Jalapeno poppers. To Pisces. Here we go again. Green dragon roll. 1 to 8. Snow roll 9 to 16.
Slowing up. We're not about to sit here and look at this foolishness. But look at the result.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. Yep.
Look at her. Loser. It's just stupid. Anyway, this is the book of Sirach 30, verses 15 and 16. It says, health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. There is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart. It's funny, about maybe 2 years ago, I remember going into the mall over here in Maryland. I went into this store, and it was this probably Moabite dude at the register. And he just saw me, and he was like, oh, man, strong body. And I'm like, yeah, man, thanks, I appreciate it. He's like, yeah, no. Like, no, thank you. You got strong body. You're doing something right. Strong body is above all gold. That's what he said. Strong body above all gold, above all riches. May have been an Israelite. Who knows? But, in the moment, obviously, just judging by his appearance, his, accent and everything. But if he is another nation, even the other nations know this. So, we have no excuse. There's nothing more important than a healthy body. And of course, if you don't have a healthy body, then how else can you serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to the best of your capabilities? Even something as what it may seem as small as us eating, it's something we do in order to glorify Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We eat and strive to maintain a healthy body so that we can continue being the most profitable servant possible. And I just wanted to tie this in spiritually now. Let me grab Salakia. Thought I had this up already. I believe it's the book of Proverbs. And maybe this is the last precept unless the Spirit brings me somewhere else. This is Proverbs 25, verse 16. It says, hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomited. And of course, this can obviously represent something physical, not eating too much, not overindulging, or being insatiable, I believe was the word on Google. But spiritually, these scriptures, this word is likened unto honey. Of course, you find it and you eat it up. You continue reading and reading and listening to more and more videos day after day after day. You love it. It feels good unto your soul, your spirit. But then you get to a point where obviously it becomes bitter. And we're going to grab that precept as well. But just in general, the scriptures say right here in verse 16, you may vomit it because you may be eating too much. You may be eating and then you're finding that, okay, this right here is strong meat. You know, you're trying to learn a little bit too much and you need to just slow down, go back over some of the basic precepts and get a solid foundation, a good understanding in certain topics concerning the scriptures. And then you can progressively build upon your knowledge according to, how you're receiving it. But not overindulging in the scriptures, because even reading too much, of course, of these scriptures, it's a wearisome of the mind. You know, your body can't take it. We're in the flesh. There's only but so much that we can consume, of course. We've all been given different measures of, I'll just say, talents in terms of like memory and things like that. But you do a little bit according to what you know you can handle. Now, in general, you come into this ministry and things, they seem really, really good, of course. But then you get that bitter part. That's not so great. It doesn't feel so good, basically, once you actually begin to truly be a part of this ministry and give your whole life unto it. You know, finding out like, dang, Yahushua is not returning in the time frame that I thought, that I wanted or that I hoped for, and that I gotta keep fighting because I don't know when this is going to happen. You know, seeing as an example, we'll just call it like it is, homosexuals walking around when we understand the judgment for them. Even seeing people eat the Lord's creation, animals that should not be taken as food. All these things bring a wearisome of the mind. It's that bitter feeling, it doesn't feel good. And so many other things, seeing our nation commit homosexuality. Seeing our nation commit adultery. What else can we say? Just worshiping Esau and his image. At the end of the day, going against the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All these things are bitter. So Revelation 10, verses 9 and 10, it says, "And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book, this Bible. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up." This is a metaphor for read it, get into it, learn it, right? "Take it, eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter." So we've already broken that down and stated a few examples. So, of course, just think about your personal life and your individual walk and the things that you may find bitter. You know what I'm saying? And do your best to just find that balance. That's all. Do your best to find that balance. We have to make sure that we stay spiritually sane and mentally sane in this ministry. Of course, all things happen and come first through prayer. So always pray and just know yourself, examine yourself. So I just wanted to bring in the spiritual aspect concerning this article and this stupid lady as well. But of course, physically, no need to overindulge, no need to be an insatiable person and be excessively eating all the time. We already read a healthy body is above all gold, above all riches. So I pray that this was edifying to the elect. Call Haloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Chakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.